Yeah, thank you. So, I just wrapped up my time as mayor, and I guess I did an all right job. I actually won an award for being one of Illinois' most ethical mayors. So, thank you. Yeah. I like some of you aren't impressed. You're like, yeah, it's probably not that hard in Illinois. But it was largely because I issued a fine to my parents. And I remember my dad calling me when he found out. He's like, Jeremy, why did I get this fine in the mail? I was like, well, your grass is too high. You have to mow your grass. He goes, Jeremy, you mow our grass. I said, well, you should have called me sooner. Because now you owe the town $300 and me $50 for mowing your grass. But the thing is, I never wanted to be mayor. I ran for office as a joke. I got my name on the ballot as comedian Jeremy Nunes, and my campaign slogan was, put a real joker in office. Because I thought, who would vote for that person? 80% of the town. And what a weird job. I had to review people's resumes that wanted to work for the town. One guy, his email address on his resume was bankrobber247 at AOL. I was like, how creepy is that? Obviously, I cannot hire someone who still uses AOL. Another guy, I was interviewing him to be the city manager. And I said, can you tell me the difference between a regulation and a statute? And he goes, sure, a regulation is a rule or a code you have to follow. A statute is a sculpture, like the Statue of Liberty. I hired that guy. And there's always one knucklehead on the city council. We had one guy, he won $100 on a lotto scratch-off ticket, quit his job. I put him in charge of the budget. And sometimes you've got your agenda, you think something's gonna go right through, it takes all night. Other times you think it's gonna take all night, goes right through. So I pitched to the board, I asked for the approval of 6 new picnic tables for the park. No problem, goes right through. Then I just kind of toss out there, anybody care what color we get? 2 hours. You know what color we decided on? Wood. And it was, I just finished up, like I said, after years and years, my wife told me if I ran yet again, she was gonna make me single yet again. So I did not run, and she said single yet again because back when we were dating, she actually broke up with me. Of course, we since worked it out, but I still don't quite understand this. She was mad because I wouldn't break the law for her. She's 4'8", so I made her ride in a car seat. Hey, that's it for me. I'm Jeremy Nunes. Thanks a lot, everybody. God bless.
I think I got a lot more out of that than most people, because having been in government, I totally get what you were talking about. And a lot of that, it's too true to be that funny.
I know. People don't believe it. And by the way, I appreciate you shaking hands. Too many people are afraid to shake hands anymore. But
can I have some of that? Yeah, thank you so much.
Sir. Yeah.
I don't know where you've been, Jeremy. I really don't. Thank you. So let's talk about a year of lockdown. What has that been like for you?
Well, it was tough for us. Like you had mentioned, I wrote the book, so I had time to, I finally had time to write the book, which I intended to. I was like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. I spend time with my family? No. We don't want to make a habit of that.
That's what politicians always say. They say, I'm going to resign office because I want to go spend time with my family. Like, you didn't know you had one?
And the lockdown lasted forever. So in Illinois, they even told us we had to social distance from our own family. In your own house, you got to keep distance. You can't have people over for Christmas. I was like, we're going to have people over. I'm not social distancing. Though I did stay 6 feet away from the bathroom when my Uncle Carl was in there.
That probably was smart. Now, when your kids finally got back in school. Was that traumatic for them to have to say, we're leaving, we're going to go back to school? Or were you so excited you didn't care?
I was the first one to take him to the bus. But, you know, it took forever to even get approval to get the kids into school. You know, I mean, I felt like only Samuel L. Jackson could accurately describe how bad we need to get the kids out of the house. But, you know, the liberal elites, they don't care. They wanted their kids in the house and locked down as long as possible. Their kids have every toy imaginable for month after month after month to stay busy. You know, my kid has 3 toys: a paddle, a string, and a ball.
Joe Biden has made some fascinating, interesting, and sometimes rather troubling decisions. What is your assessment of his decision making?
I wonder if he's the one making the decisions. You know, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it makes you wonder, you know, and I hate to poke fun at the guy, but my biggest fear is he's going to hit the red button thinking he's ordering office supplies. Yeah. I think one of his campaign promises was he's going to promote Colin Powell to Dollar General. We got some Biden supporters in the audience with us.
They're turning on us. They're turning on us. So before I let you go, what's more fun, doing stand-up comedy or being a mayor of a town? I
mean, is there anything close? There's nothing more fun than being the mayor of a town.
That's what I thought. Well, it's great having you here, Jeremy. Thank you so much for sharing your comedy. And good luck as mayor. You know, heck, you may decide to run for governor someday. It's a pretty good gig. You ought to give it a shot.
Yeah, and in Illinois, if I stay out of jail, I'm doing pretty good.
You would be doing something that most governors of Illinois haven't done in a long time. Well, Jeremy has a lot more great comedy that you can enjoy online, and you can pre-order this hilarious mayoral memoir called You Can't Write City Hall. You can get it everywhere books are sold.